Stiggity, stiggity.
Stiggity, stiggity. Mm. The the intersection light here is out.
You care.
Of certainty. Of certified.
Masa mo y ya. Entre las dos, ¿me empezar? Entre las dos, entonces, déjame ver esto también. Salir de todo, ¿verdad? Ya. Oh, si no se monta ya. Oh, yo sé. Oh, no, pero yo, vaya.
Any rata beliefs. Divisive divisional thinking. We have divisive divisional thinking amongst ourselves because we have to keep ourselves in check. You know, if you were to ask me personally, I may disagree with my stance because I have to, have a stance that, is more neutral to, within, similar delegation, you know, to be great without having to humiliate or shame yourself is probably one of the best ways of utilizing certain success, and recognizing that that would be triggering because if you're over here tickling your fancy and you don't recognize it, maybe that's just something that you would wish for me to you know at least pretend that you're about the team sometimes. Exactly. you know He's in knickknacks and stuff that really haven't done you any good. They've been and yet that would be fucked up to say, though there would be a part of myself that would be true. So there's so many, to recognize there's so many different ways to run a fucking movie production. And if your life was, they controlled your life by viewing your life as a movie production. I'm sure it could be viewed that way everywhere for everyone. Bollywood has, adopted certain notions within Hollywood, and that's, to help add to the, value, the marketing value of certain skilled, objects it doesn't necessarily have to be of objective, you know, to allow yourself to not objectify yourself is something that has been a delegation, amongst delegations. And that requires time, that requires, tenacity, and it requires evolution because you can't necessarily think the way that you did before. Before, red men thought it was okay to beat red women. No. If you want to beat women, you better fucking, make sure that they are not fucking going to, it's not gonna make you look bad. And if you hit red women, you look bad. You have to hit red women certainly. So if how you hit red women certainly, I don't know. Red woman apparently speaks Spanish, so why don't you, to already holla at something because, things and stuff and such, to handle to handle my situation and to, say, hey babe, can you take out the trash for me? You know, wouldn't it be a little bit more, sentimental whenever yeah, babe, no problem. I'm on it. I'm on it right now. Things and stuff and such, Oh, what is it? It's a small world after all. And whenever you are provided for so much certainty for so many fucking years, yet you won't even provide certainty for days, weeks, months for yourself, and you won't tell yourself how you've been, a ghetto fabulous fool, and you've been and then you won't tell yourself how, maybe you have not, met up to the fucking societal requirements that, is, and your Odyssey freaking time. There's so many freaking people I'm looking around, like, your Odyssey doesn't necessarily feel different. Only God would know because God knows, that your Odyssey is a freaking weirdo behind closed doors. So, could your Odyssey not necessarily be a freaking, a refugee to, if she was a refugee here, then would she be, a home G? Would she be a home G? Anyway, we were mentioning it. It was like, oh, these are things that are, out of sight, oh, these are things that are, impossible, and you're out of state because, everything that you're saying has a truth that only adds fuel to the anger of, certain jokes that even maybe we've let play out with, and to recognize, oh, did they count Enya Odyssey out before Enya Odyssey could count herself in? It's 11:07. I'm not sure if that's backwards for something. Oh yeah, delegation, freaking regulation, within my freaking state of attitude. Please and thank you. Patty, patty rake, baker's man. Fake them, what is it? Fake them a lake as Assalamu alaikum. Oh, you're kind of just like them? Oh yeah, delegate that, freaking alligator. You albino alligator, you. Never seen an albino alligator in your Odyssey. What is that? Is that oh, is that how, the gangsters talk nowadays? How did you, teach them to talk like that? Oh, really? Oh, nobody ever fucking argued you or debated about that because, yeah, those red people are dangerous, hashtag suicide, make them, make, how do you make your job easier or lazier? Oh, don't hit them, is it, don't hit them, they'll hit themselves. Do you not think that is ingenious ways to create race? It's not saying that you're too good. Things and stuff and such. So, you're not swerving in other people's lanes and being too good. What? Why? Because. You've more reason to be not a like 'em. Not a like 'em? Only what is it, Tuesday for people that are trying to, practice democracy and, an outstanding ways. Can't change the way they think, can you? Can you change the way they act? Can you change the way they so you enjoy beef that you can't fucking, beef that you can't, what is it you do that you can't handle? Yeah, you enjoy beef that you can't fucking handle. Why? Is it, why can't you handle it? Have you never been to a state of, status where, people all look the same? Maybe they speak different languages. So what if they did? Peep the lingo, We're over here, huddling with, the way of life that we created, that we never thought that you would, become self-aware.